good. Madam Chair, we're good to go.
There we go. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for your patience as we got everything transitioned over from the previous meeting. I do appreciate it. This time we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, and we'll start with the pledge. Is Caroline here? Great.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, thank you very much. And can you tell us who you are, what you do, and how long have you been with WRCOG?
Yes, so good afternoon. My name is Caroline Hammond. Today's actually my 6-month anniversary of working for WRCOG.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a transportation analyst, and I primarily handle collections for the TUMF program.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
So much
Appreciate you leading us today. Okay, at this time, we'll go ahead with the roll call.
All right, if everybody could please note their presence here by using the system. Eastern Municipal Water District. Thank you. Thank you. That concludes roll call, and we have quorum.
Okay, thank you very much. This time we'll go ahead and move into public comment. This is for any matter which is not currently posted on our agenda under the jurisdiction of this body in order to be able to listen to and take under advisement. Madam Clerk, is there anyone wishing to make public comment today?
I have no requests.
Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and close the public comment portion, and we're going to go ahead and move directly into closed session. This is under legal counsel. Would you read the 2 items for closed session for consideration today?
Yes, we have closed session regarding public employee appointment of an interim executive director, and then second, conference with labor negotiator regarding a deputy executive director and also potentially an interim executive director.
Okay, thank you very much. I have been advised by General Counsel that agenda item number 5 requires discussion in closed session. I now declare this meeting closed and call upon the Deputy Executive Director and General Counsel to designate those persons who are to remain in the room. Those staff who are not authorized to be in closed session will need to leave the room. As we go into closed session, you are reminded that matters discussed in closed session are confidential and that confidentiality must
Good to go, Madam Chair.
We good? Okay, great. Okay, so now we're in item 6, open session. This is following the closed session that we just had. We have a number of motions that we'd like the board to approve. First is potential approval of a bonus in the amount of $15,000 for the deputy executive director. And can we?
Okay. Okay.
Do we have
Register
a?
your,
so we have-
register your votes.
Okay. Sorry, we don't have to.
City of San Jacinto, please vote. Oh. Okay, that concludes roll call.
Okay. Now, second vote is a approval of or potential vote on the appointment of the interim executive director of Christopher Gray.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Give me just a second.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Go ahead and register your votes.
And that concludes the roll call vote for that item.
Okay. And finally, the potential approval of an employment agreement with the interim executive director in the amount of $289,000 and approval and authorization for the chair after legal counsel review to execute that employment agreement.
Go ahead and register your votes.
District 2, thank you. That concludes the roll call.
Okay. Thank you very much. That will conclude item number 6 on our agenda. Moving on to our consent calendar items. Is there any member of the committee who wishes to pull any item off of the consent calendar? Madam Clerk, do we have any public comments on consent calendar?
I have no requests.
Okay. Looking for a motion?
City of Canyon Lake, thank you. And that concludes the roll call vote.
Okay. Thank you. All right, moving on to our reports and discussion. Are we going to take the policy? Okay. We're going to start off with 8C for the policy, the personnel policies. Mr. Gray.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the committee, while we wait for the PowerPoint to be brought up, just to give you a little bit of background, as with all of you, we maintain a comprehensive set of personnel policies that governs a variety of items related to employees. And today we're here to talk to you about a first round of policies that we have been working on through and we're bringing them forward for potential approval today. Next slide. And so we've been through 2 comprehensive updates of the policies. One was in 2019 and 2021. The last set of executive committee policies that were updated, approved by the executive committee, were actually in August 2021. And over the last several years, staff has been working on some updates to our various policies. However, none of these policies were adopted by the executive committee, and so we are here today to bring you a set of policies for consideration. Next slide. And so what we started is, rather than update the policies, we engaged in a comprehensive review of understanding the situation, and we determined a number of issues. One, we had a number of employees that were building large leave balances. We have at least 8 employees who are now have more than 6 months of leave accrued. We had vacation and sick leave caps called for in the policies, and they were not implemented correctly. We had made some changes to our vacation cash out policy. One thing to keep in mind is that leave caps, putting caps on leave is a best practice. All of you have we reviewed everyone's personnel policies, and the agencies that we looked at, the majority of our agencies have caps on vacation and sick leave. And you all have policies regarding cashing out vacation, and we are essentially going to model our policies on what you're already doing. We also considered one significant change, which is going from a sick and vacation to what's called paid time off. I'll point out that this is fairly common in the private industry, and about 30% of all public agencies in California use paid time off for some or all of their employees. And the bottom line is we want to simplify things, modernize, and comply with all applicable regulations. Next slide. And so as part of the review process, we hired a consulting firm, MRG. We have Patty Francisco from MRG here today. She reviewed our existing policies, drafted, updated ones. They were brought to staff. Staff reviewed them. Cynthia Germano, BBK's Labor Council, reviewed them. And then we held multiple meetings with our policy ad hoc committee. And just to remind everyone, we have Brian Tisdale, Mark Terry, Mike Laura, Bob Carwin, and Christian Dinko are members of our policy committee. The policies that we are bringing to you today were actually reviewed and discussed by the ad hoc committee twice, and then they were brought to the admin and finance committee for review, and the policies we're presenting to you today were recommended by the admin and finance committee for approval. Next slide. The issue we have is that we're going to be transitioning from vacation and sick leave to, as I said, PTO. We are using a process where all vacation converts to PTO and 50% of sick leave. The reason why it's 50% is that our existing policy values sick leave at 50%. So when an employee leaves, they're paid out for 100% of their vacation and 50% of their sick leave, which means 50% of sick leave has cash values, 50% has not. So we're essentially going with that split. And then we will be reestablishing PTO caps at 2 times the annual accrual. And anyone who's above the caps will be paid out for the additional hours. One change that we are making from our current practice is once an employee hits the cap, leave accruals will cease. Next slide. So here's just a quick slide on our accrual rates. I will point out that at the direction of the ad hoc, we've reviewed our accrual rates against our member agencies and found them to be consistent. Next slide, please. This is a pay time off for directors. Directors will accrue leave at a slightly higher rate than the rest of the staff. Next slide. And then the issue becomes, as I said, how do we transition from one type of leave to another? And so we have hired an independent audit firm. They're in the process of finalizing a review of all of the leave balances. As I said, all vacation and other leave types that have cash value now will convert to PTO at 100%. 50% of the sick leave converts to PTO. The remaining 50% stays as sick leave. It can be used for injury, illness, or also retirement service credit. The challenge we have is about 25% of our employees will be over the PTO cap after the conversion takes place. We are roughly, we estimate about 4,000 leave hours above the caps. And so doing this one-time payout is going to cost us roughly $450,000. And this covers both directors and non-directors. I would point out that the cost of this policy change is actually zero, except for the caps. And since we have not been following the leave caps for a period of time, we have employees that have been accruing a substantial number of hours. And if we had been maintaining the leave caps all along, the cost of the agency now would be negligible. Next slide. So this is a simple graphic that shows you how we're going to convert the PTO hours. You'll see in this example, we have an employee with 500 vacation, 500 sick leave hours. they will end up with 770 total leave hours, and 230 of those hours will be cashed out. I will say this is an extreme example. Roughly 80% of our employees will not be over the cap, but we have a number of employees are substantially over the cap, and they tend to be the longest tenured employees. Next slide. And so what we're going to also do concurrently is, this will be the last time we do a mandatory cash out. We're going to go back to doing vacation cash outs the way that you all do, twice a year, 80 hours, 160 hours max in 1 year. And then we're clarifying, there's Irish language that says you may do a vacation cash out if you have certain financial emergencies, and we will be stating what exactly those are for clarification purposes. Next slide. And so we are making a minor change to our holiday policy. We'll have 13 designated holidays, again, very comparable to you all. And we're making a small change that says if you end up working on a holiday, you have 30 days to take it off as an extra day off, or we'll pay you out, and that payout will occur within a 30-day period. Next slide. We are changing, we're updating our language in our policy to comply with specific requirements for federal and state law for federal medical leave, California family rights, pregnancy, disability leave. I will say these are not optional. We're required by the law, and we're simply just matching the language in the law. Next slide. We are updating some of the language on military service leave. So if we have a member who is called up to serve, which has actually happened to us. We had one of our RCHCA employees was in the National Guard, and he was called up to serve. There's specific language in California law and federal law about military leave, and we're just incorporating that language. Next slide. And then the final policy is we are making a slight change to our what we're called catastrophic voluntary time bank. This is a process now where employees can donate unused leave to an employee who has a catastrophic illness. For example, we had an employee whose husband had terminal cancer, and she ran out of her sick leave, so employees donated leave to her. The one significant change we're making is it used to be on a per employee basis, and now we're just going to create a single leave bank that any employee can use if certain criteria are met. This allows us to be a little more fair, and it doesn't become a popularity contest. Next slide. And so what we're asking today is approval of these policies, and then also approval of a budget amendment to allocate $450,000 for the leave balance. I will add that upon approval by the executive committee, these 5 policies will be provided to all of our employees, and we'll ask all employees to sign a document saying that they have read, reviewed, and understand the policies to prevent any confusion in the future. Madam Chair, that is my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions your other committee members may have.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone who has any questions regarding this information? I have San Jacinto first, followed by District 2.
Thank you, Chris. I know this last year, and I'm assuming it's moving forward. The president designated both Wednesday, the 24th of December, and Friday, the 26th of December as federal holidays. Are we including those as holidays? Because they're now federal holidays.
Julian, can you bring up the set of holidays?
I think Labor Council is.
I'm going to ask Cynthia to respond to that.
They weren't actually federal holidays. They were recognized that he was closing federal agencies on those days, but they were not designated as national holidays.
So he decided an executive order for this. So you're telling me that the executive order was not for holidays, national holidays? Because I'm reading it, the executive order was December 25th, declaring Christmas Eve, December 24th, or the day after Christmas, December 26th as federal holidays. It's most federal employees, it just talks about them being off. So if it's not a national holiday, is what you're saying?
Correct. My understanding was he was just giving federal employees those days off. And we've looked at that in the past.
Can you do me a favor and just kind of follow up on that? And
I definitely
then
will.
If it is a federal holiday, Chris, I'm asking you, if it is a federal holiday, we're going to recognize it for the staff, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I would point out Christmas Eve is already one of our designated holidays.
Perfect. But the day
so
after, then
if
he's saying the 26th, right?
Yeah. One thing I would just add, an editorial note is, we shouldn't be updating these every 5 years. We should be updating them continually. So as laws change, we need to be bringing these back to you. So if we find
So
out, for
you can do that.
example,
Or you would
then-
do that then for us?
yes, absolutely.
Perfect, thank you.
District 2?
Just curious, was, before it came to the board, this was discussed with the employees?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Was this discussed with employees before it came to us in a public meeting?
So it was discussed. Was this discussed with the board?
The
before it came-
employees. I mean, you're making a
Yes.
major
Oh, yes.
change. That's fine.
Yep.
I just want to make sure, because you're making a major change. I mean, it was supposed to be one way, it wasn't upheld, and now we're going back, and so some, just hoping it was discussed with employees before it got to the board here.
Yeah, we have we actually had an all-staff meeting last Monday, and those of you who are there can nod, say, yes, we talked about it. It was discussed with the employees, but also, this is really a team effort. It was myself, Andrew, Julie, and the other directors, and so it's really we're doing something that employees have been asking for years, and this is something that the employees are very much in favor of.
Okay, that was very concerning to me. I want to make sure. Thank you.
Okay, I have no one else in the queue. Looking for a motion.
Can I just state, Madam Chair, that we have no requests online?
Thank you.
I'll move to approve.
That concludes the roll call vote for that item, and it passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, could I just add, we have 82 more policies coming to you all, so we'll be on this for a while.
And thank you for that update. Okay. Moving back, Mr. Gray, would you like to take up 8A at this point?
Yes, I'd like to ask that we do need to take action on 8A. So I'd like to ask Bonnie to come up and present in our Community Service Awards.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. I'm Bonnie Woodrome, and I'm here today to share with you the recommendations from the Admin and Finance Committee for this year's General Assembly Community Service Awards. So I know this is always a fun subject for us. I'm glad to bring it to you today. As a reminder, our Community Service Awards are recognized at the General Assembly event. We opened up nominations on February 13th. Those came back to the Admin and Finance Committee, where their recommendations were to select 2 from each category. So we're here today for those recommendations to be approved, and then we'll move on to recognizing those folks at the General Assembly event. I will ask, next slide, sorry, oh, here it is, thank you. So our nomination guidelines, as a reminder, is the recipient must display excellent volunteerism. They're not a publicly elected official. They're not employed by a WRCOG member agency. And we have the individual and group recommendations. And then they needed to meet the guidelines of applying. So that was the 200-word description and up to 5 documentation forms with that. This year we received 7 entries and 4 were selected, 2 individuals and 2 groups. So I'll quickly go through those. Now all of the nominations are in your packet. So if you need further information on the others, they're in there as well. So first we'll start with Mary Carnes. She was nominated by the City of Menifee. And quickly, her entry states that Mary is a dedicated resident of Menifee since 1995, making an impact through leadership, volunteerism, and commitment. She's been actively involved in the Menifee Arts Council for over 10 years, and she currently serves as its president. After serving in many other roles, she also has helped expand opportunities for local artists and promote community arts and events. in the city. She serves as a board member and a past secretary for the Menifee Valley Community Covered, where she supports efforts to address food insecurity. She volunteers at the thrift store and helps at events including celebrity karaoke and the letter carrier food drive. She is an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce, and she is known for her Merry Christmas holiday display, where she collects canned food donations and assists at many events, including the annual Halloween display and music events throughout the city of Menifee. Our second recognition would be Monica Lyons from the city of Canyon Lake. Monica Lyons could be considered for the award because she has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to serving and uplifting the Canyon Lake community. After overcoming a traumatic life event, while working as a medical staff at a hospital, Monica and her family made Canyon Lake their home, and since then she's dedicated to volunteerism, leadership, and charitable outreach. Monica played a key role in expanding the Canyon Lake Turkey Drive, increasing turkey donations from 16 to 376 turkeys for families in need. She also founded the Pet Blanket Drive, where she went from 190 pet blankets to 2,100 pet blankets for animal friends of the valley. Through her business, Monica is consistently supporting nonprofits, providing services to family battling cancer, Habitat for Humanity, homeowners, veterans, and elderly residents. And the city would like to recognize her dedication and service, as it is the true spirit of community leadership. I will move on to our groups. Our first nomination was the Eastvale Chinese American Association community group that has supported Eastvale programs and supporting the lives of residents and visitors in Eastvale. They're a key partner in launching the Lantern Festival, now in 6 years, drawing thousands to their event, including the Autumn Festival. And since 2018, the volunteers have supported numerous community events, including a bike valet service at the City of Eastvale street events, helping families attend safely and making biking easy in the community. They also provide a diverse schedule of community classes, including dance, floriculture, gardening, Mandarin, and more, connecting people of all ages. And the Eastvale is grateful for their dedication to the community and making the quality of life better in the region. And then finally, our final group, Rotary Club of Murrieta. The Rotary Club is dedicated to community engagement, humanitarian service, and projects to enhance Murrieta. Their vocational services, Rotary provides over $8,000 in scholarships to deserving students and more than $12,000 in teacher grants for classrooms. The club serves seniors by hosting free lunches, ice cream socials, and high tea events. And many of the seniors that receive their meals is the primary meal that they receive during the day. Rotary proudly supports the Murrieta Educational Foundation for the Arts and funds visual art programs for students in the school district. Middle school learns CPR through their Interact activities, and for 7 months each year, Rotary prepares the Field of Honor during Veterans Week in partnership with the city and the school district and many local businesses. And the event honors veterans, police, and fires throughout. And they end the event with a candlelight ceremony with letters written during wartime. Those would be the 4 representatives to consider for this year's CSAs. So I'm asked, Madam Chair, if there's any questions and if we can get an approval on the recipients for this year's CSA awards.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, looking for a motion to approve. All right, cast your votes.
Thank you. That concludes the roll call vote, and that item passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Yes. So now we have 8B.
Good afternoon, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Tyler Masters. I'm a program manager in the Energy and Environmental Department here at WRCOG, and I'm here to provide you an update on the Inland Regional Energy Network Energy Fellowship, and hopefully get you excited and interested in participating in this upcoming cycle to receive a fellow to assist you with your important energy initiatives. The IREN Energy Fellowship was launched in 2023 to provide some context to cultivate the new generation of leaders equipped to address our energy and sustainability needs. Our fellowship is a partnership with CivicSpark, which is an AmeriCorps program administered by the Public Health Institute, and it offers invaluable opportunity to grow our regional energy workforce while advancing local energy efficiency projects. CivicSpark has been around for over 10 years and boasts a long history of growing these future leaders by providing networking, mentoring, and career building support. Our goal is to recruit and place dozens of fellows each year at our local public sector agencies. Each fellow serves 11 months, completing 1,700 hours of full-time service focused on energy initiatives within host agencies. Fellows receive a monetary stipend, educational award upon completion, health and other benefits, as well as numerous professional growth opportunities and networking opportunities to prepare them for their future careers in public service and energy fields. If your agency is interested in receiving a fellow this year, I'm happy to announce that our host site interest forms are currently open through May 10th. Fellows for this upcoming cycle will be deployed September 2026 through August of next year. I should also mention that this fellowship is funded by IREN, and receiving a fellow comes at no cost to our participating agencies. After 3 years of this program, we're in our third year currently, we've placed and funded 56 fellows. Since launch, we've seen a strong growth, participation, and impact in the fellowship. Our first year was 2023. We placed 11 fellows at 11 unique host sites, public sector agencies. Our second year, we had 13 fellows at 12 host sites. This year, there was something in the water, and we have 32 fellows that we've placed across the IREN subregion. Broadly speaking, IREN fellows can support many energy projects. They vary upon organization and the department that they're placed in, but typically we've seen a lot of projects that have to do with energy benchmarking, supporting and leading facility audits, development and implementation of energy and climate action plan measures. A couple of additional examples this last year, we've had some fellows at some school districts. They've helped to create some energy curricula for the elementary and middle schools. We also have some fellows that work at water districts, helping with some water energy nexus opportunities. All these fellows are providing our public sector agencies the capacity to support initiatives, taking concrete steps towards that energy efficiency implementation, sustainability, and cost savings goals. More on that cost savings note. Within the last year, we identified that many of the IREN Energy Fellows are taking active and lead roles in the teams that are participating in our IREN Energy Public Sector Cash for Kilowatts incentive program. And just as a reminder, this is a program that can cover up to 80% of the energy efficiency project costs through incentives. There are 21 of these projects that are being supported by IREN Energy Fellows. And what this means is these projects are estimated to bring back, I should say, about over 2.2 million, that's an M, not a B, million, in IREN incentives back to their public sector agencies. These same projects are going to save nearly 7.4 in lifetime utility bill savings. I know I said it already, but participation in this program comes at no cost to our public sector agencies. The match funding that host agencies would need is covered by the IREN budget. Our main goal remains consistent to place at least 27 fellows at our local public sector agencies for this next year. I'm pleased to announce again that the next cycle of our host application forms opened a few weeks ago and will be open through May 10th on a first-come, first-served basis. The host agency requirements and next steps are fairly simple and straightforward. Host agencies and staff would simply need to complete a 20-minute interest form application process. All of our host site agencies would then have opportunities to interview and select the candidate that works for your team. Then you just provide the fellow a supervisor that supports them professionally and basic equipment and a workspace to get the job done. In return, host sites receive the dedicated capacity to move forward some of these energy efficiency programs and projects and the opportunity to mentor and inspire the next generation of energy leaders. That concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great, thank you very much. All right, District 2.
So what is the 7.4 million in lifetime utility bill savings?
Yeah, so we have three sectors for our IRON program has three sectors. We have workforce, education, and training sector programs, which is where fellowship comes from. We have our codes and standards, which is energy code training. Then we have our public sector program. Within our public sector program, we provide technical assistance to identify energy efficiency projects at our public sector agencies. What we're finding is a handful of fellows are supporting in those projects and participating in that incentive, bringing back the $2 million in incentives to the program, to the host agencies, and those projects amount to about $7.4 million in annual utility bill savings.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All right, this is a great program, and certainly if you have not had a fellow yet, I suggest that you put in for that program and grab yourself a fellow, because we've had several at Western and they've been great to have. So thank you very much. Appreciate your report.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, we have no TAC report today. Report from committee representatives. Anybody from CalCog, Sandag?
Madam Chair, we did not have a meeting.
Okay. I don't see Colleen here. Any report from SAPA for OWOW? Anybody from SCAG? All right, any of the ad hoc committees? Wow, you guys are a quiet bunch today. All right, anything from IRON, from that committee? Okay, moving on. All right, reports from the chair. I don't have anything to report today, so moving along. Moving on to our Deputy Executive Director, and excuse me, our Interim Executive Director. Any reports today, Chris?
So let me just, I have a couple of very brief items. One, please fill out your hotel reservation form if you're going to be staying in a hotel for your after General Assembly. Those of you who are new, if you brave the General Assembly and then get up on time for the meeting the next morning, we provide you with a free hotel. But you have to come to the meeting the next morning. Doesn't mean you have to pay attention, you just have to be there. And then, Julian, I think we have a slide. Just want to talk a little bit more about General Assembly. While we bring the slide up, I just want to, first of all, thank everyone for taking the time to help us out with our GA video, as is our practice. We're attempting to develop a video that has all of you in it, which is great. And I just want to remind everyone to please be there when you say you're going to be there for your filming time, because it does cost us money if we have to reschedule. We know things happen, but if you do have to reschedule, let us know as soon as possible. And then finally, just a reminder that all of you are members of the General Assembly, along with the members of your council, council board, whatever. So therefore, we want you to come to our event, and we very much want your TAC members to be there as well. So our typical practice, again, for those of you who are new, is it's up to the city staff to register you. We don't register you for event, your city staff does. So please talk to your city manager or a clerk of the board or whoever is filling you out. And Madam Chair, that is it.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, items for future agendas. General announcements. I have Marietta first, followed by Paris.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I want to wish Phil Polly a happy birthday.
Oh, wow, wow.
And also, I'm very excited to announce that our interim executive director, myself, our TA, RCTC, and electeds in Southwest Riverside County will be traveling to Sacramento on April the 13th to testify before the Transportation Committee on AB 2307. That's the synchronization of Southwest Riverside County working with all the cities to help alleviate some of the traffic congestion on our local roads. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm excited to work with our interim executive director, and hopefully the Transportation Committee will vote accordingly. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Paris.
I don't have a microphone, but I just want to congratulate Chris on your appointment to our interim director.
Okay.
It is most appreciated.
And District 2.
Well, I had pushed my button first to say happy birthday to my chief of staff, who's here as water board. Anybody knows a chief of staff is a critically important person in your lives. And we all have people who are critically important. And I just want to publicly say, I'm glad you had another birthday and look forward to the next year. And also, congratulations, Chris.
Thank you. Sir, I just have one question. It's our policy that we typically give employees the day off for their birthday. So is Phil here working for you or working for the water board?
Oh my goodness. Okay, that is all the announcements I have showing in the queue for today. Our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, May 4th. Thank you for your attendance today.